Hello, people. Welcome to the final game week 38, guys. Whoa, it's here now. The season is well and truly finished. Yes, we are going to be looking at the final games, and going into these games, I think it's fair to say that Man City have done what they need to do to take it to the final day and probably win it, because they are 2 points ahead of Arsenal, who has also done their best. They've done their best taking it to the last day, but it just looks like they are going to fall short because of how strong Manchester City are. I mean, the miracles can still happen. We're West Ham. Come on, West Ham. We're hoping on you. Come on, don't let them win 4 times in a row. Come on, guys. Don't do that. Yeah, Antonio, I'm counting on you. Yeah, Kudus, I'm counting on you. Ward Prowse, I'm counting on you. Come on, guys. Do it for Rice. Let Rice get something and we'll be like, oh, buddies, well done. Yeah, but that's not how football works, man. City have done their business, and in the past, they've got a good record of not, slipping up on the final day. Remember Aguero? Remember 2 seasons ago against Villa? It happens, man. Liverpool, they warned us. They warned us that, look, they tried 3 times. They pushed City to the limit, making them go with some big numbers, get into 98 points, and still not winning the league. So, yep, we can only hope for the final day, for a final twist. But any realist will tell you that it's well and truly over now. It's well and truly over. But anyway, we have a predictions to look at. We have a game week to look at, game week 38. So let's dive into that as we look at the games coming up for the final game week. Don't forget, everyone is playing at the same time. No one is playing before the other. So it will be an interesting game. Come on. So the first game we'll look at is Arsenal. Arsenal versus Everton. This game might just be one of those games where it's going to either be very nervy or just everyone just calm, just playing their normal game because they already know the results elsewhere. But if it's a case of where they need to win and the results are not going their way and they know they need to win because maybe City are slipping up or City are behind, then it becomes very nervy, especially for Arsenal fans like myself. But we'll see how that goes. But Everton, they're safe, well and truly safe. I think it's the 3rd time now, end of the season, Arsenal's playing Everton, and last 2 times they've played them and beat them comprehensively. But this time there might be something riding on it, so Everton might just turn up. You never know. But I still think Arsenal will be too good for them and win the game. Fair enough, Arsenal have dropped the most points at home in terms of dropping points, but this is the last game of the season. You don't expect them to slip up if they have a chance of winning the league. So I'm going to go with an Arsenal win against Everton. And then we'll look at the next game. It is Brentford versus Newcastle. Brentford versus Newcastle. That would be another interesting game because Newcastle are still in with a shout, I think, to get into Europe. So they might turn up in that game. But Brentford, will probably want to end the season on a high, give their fans something to cheer about. So they will win that game as well, I think. Brentford will win against Newcastle. Then we have Brighton. Brighton versus Man United. Brighton versus Man United. Brighton just lost to Chelsea and Man United just beat Newcastle. So both teams will be looking to end the season on a high. But because Brighton are at home and they haven't been great lately, I think they would want to make sure that they, end properly. They finish this well. The Zerbi has had a mixed season, I must admit. But he'll probably want to make sure that they win this one for the fans. And then we have Burnley, who we know have been relegated, will be playing Nottingham Forest, who mathematically are safe. So this game might be very, very intense. In as much as Burnley are down, they might want to make sure that they go on a high, and knowing that they could either cause an upset by beating Nottingham Forest, albeit I don't think it would change anything because Luton have to score a ridiculously amount of goals to actually go on top of Nottingham Forest, or Nottingham Forest have to lose by a ridiculously amount of goals to make Luton leapfrog them, and I don't see that happening. So yeah, Nottingham Forest are safe. So this game, they might turn up, they might not turn up, they might just say, okay, look, so people don't start doubting us, let's play, and it'll be the same for Burnley. But I think because Burnley are at home, Burnley would win this one. So I'm going with a Burnley win. Then we have Chelsea versus Bournemouth. Chelsea are the team in form. I honestly wished it was Chelsea playing Manchester City in the running, not Tottenham. But what can you do? So yeah, Chelsea are the team in form. Ever since they lost to Arsenal, they haven't lost a game. They've won 4 and they've drawn 1. So that's a huge return. So they are going into this game, their last home game, the last game of the season. I'm sure they would want to make sure they beat Bournemouth and beat them comprehensively, building up for next season. That's what I think they will be doing. Then we have Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa, another informed team, and obviously they will be playing Aston Villa, who have just confirmed that they will be playing in the Champions League next season. So who knows, Aston Villa might already be in the beach just celebrating that they've already qualified for Champions League, or they turn up for this game. But I still think Crystal Palace, with those guys up front, Eze, Mateta and Olise, they're just out for blood with every team. So they'll probably want to finish this one well for their fans. So I think Crystal Palace would win this game. That's what I think. Then you have Liverpool. Liverpool play Wolverhampton. Liverpool versus Wolverhampton. This is a big game, but nothing riding on it because Liverpool have been confirmed third. Wolverhampton are safe. Nothing riding on this game. So they will just play it out. But because it's Klopp's last home game, I think they would want to make sure they give him a good send-off. And that's why I think they will go ahead and win comfortably against Wolves. And then we have Luton. Luton versus Fulham. Luton versus Fulham. I think Luton would win this game, but it will not be enough, obviously, to take them anywhere because their goal difference is too much. But they would give a good account of themselves and make sure that they finish the season well. That's what I think anyway. Fulham, not so great in the last game. Another team we hoped on to help Arsenal, but they just couldn't. Man City were too strong for them. So I think this game, Luton would beat Fulham. I think Luton would beat Fulham. Then the important game of the weekend, Manchester City versus West Ham. In as much as I think West Ham would give City a game, they might just be too strong. But I'm going to stick my neck out. I'll stick my neck out again. And I'd say this game would end in a draw. A surprising draw. No one would expect it. Everyone would think, wow, City are definitely going to just walk over West Ham. And then the first 10 minutes of the game, they're winning 3-0. It's not going to happen. This is football. If the right West Ham team turn up, just like they did when they came to the Emirates, they would give Man City a good game. Jared Bowen, Ward-Prowse, Kudus, if they're all in their game, Soucek, they would give Man City a game. So I'm predicting a draw for this one, in as much as we know what might happen. But I'm sticking my neck out and I'm saying they would draw this game. And the final game is Sheffield United, their last game in the Premier League before they go back to the Championship, as they play Tottenham. Sheffield United versus Tottenham. So Tottenham have one last chance to try and make sure the likes of Chelsea don't leapfrog them on the table. So I know they would go to Sheffield and make sure that they win the game. So I'm going for a Tottenham win. They might not win it, but I'm going for a Tottenham win. Yeah, so these are the games that we'll be playing in game week 38. And I'm sure we will all have a great time watching these games. Don't forget, guys, you can like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. You don't want to miss the next video, guys. We're going to be looking at the awards for the Premier League. You don't want to miss that video. And you can leave your comments in the comment section for who you think should be, for example, the player of the season, the manager of the season, and so on. So watch out for that video and you'll see it very soon. Take care, guys, and bye for now.
Thanks for tuning in. Join us same time next week. Grand football for the love of the game.